Greetings, everybody. The Doctor here. Well, this is it. January 29th is upon us, and the release notes have finally been revealed. This is going to basically start the 5th anniversary of Star Trek Online, but this is also going to bring many new features coming to the game. This is a big patch, guys. This January 29th patch. The release notes are here, and I basically just wanted to read over these so that everybody knows what is coming to the game, all the new things, because it's all been fleshed out here in the release notes. Now we know for sure what's coming for the 5th anniversary, because it's a lot of stuff. It's not just all about the new games and the new mini game with Q and the new ship and the new mission or the new episode we get to play Dust to Dust. There are many new things here to really look at. This is almost, to me, seems like a mini season update than an anniversary update. Never, I don't think, have we ever seen so many improvements and new things come to the game in an anniversary update. Normally you see these during a season update, but not an anniversary. So this is really quite exciting and unique. Alright, new features. Captain Specialization Tree Command Officer. The Command Officer Specialization focuses on the concept of coordinating and communicating pertaining to combat in both ground and space. This is a primary specialization and cannot be activated at the same time as the existing Intelligence Officer Specialization. The cap on Captain Specialization points has been increased from 60 to 90 to accommodate this new specialization. So this is the new Captain Specialization Tree Command Officer coming. We've got the Bridge Officer Specialization Command Officer. These new abilities focus on tactical and strategic maneuvers in combat for a captain's bridge officers. The availability of new bridge officers that have command officer training will be limited. Players will need to advance in the Command Officer Captain Specialization in order to train their existing bridge officers to make use of command officer abilities. The new power includes 10 new ground abilities and 10 new space abilities for bridge officers. So that is going to be interesting. Again, I don't know how all that's going to work out until it's updated and we can take a look at it. Bridge Officer Training Revamp. The Bridge Officer Training System has been overhauled to allow more customization for the powers of Captain Bridge Officers. This is the big Bridge Officer Revamp. Players will no longer need to use a bridge officer to give another bridge officer a power, and instead will use training manuals and spend expertise points. Each rank of each power will have its own training manual. Most training manuals can be purchased off of any current bridge officer training officer and will include any power which is currently available on these trainers. Training manuals for high-end powers can be crafted in the new Research and Development School officer training. Any bridge officer can now be trained in specializations such as the current intelligence specialization as well as the command specialization. This will also apply to future specializations. The UI for both of these skills and station screens had a huge overhaul for this new training system. So that's the new bridge officer revamp coming. New Research and Development School officer training. So for those that are able to who are into crafting and able to do high-end things here, they can create some manuals for people like me who don't craft. This new crafting school allows captains to craft high-end training manuals. Unlike the other crafting schools, the other training school does not need to be leveled in order to unlock the recipes. Players will have access to craft any manual listed with the required materials. Class-specific recipes for manuals are unlocked by spending the necessary skill points within the player's skill tree. This unlocks in the same way as the previous system, though instead of unlocking the ability right away, the recipe will unlock instead. Each training manual will require a pad component, which can also be crafted in the officer training school. So you guys who craft, see how that works. Here's the other one, the Romulan Mystery Arc revamp, completely changing the way the Romulan Mystery Arc on the Fed side operates. They've removed some missions and combined some missions, so hopefully this will give us a better idea of what they've done here. The Romulan Mystery Episode Arc has been updated to deliver a higher quality of content as well as link this arc events to the events which occur within Legacy of Romulus. The Romulan Mystery Arc begins at level 26. The following are the new episodes in the Romulan Mystery Arc. We've got Empress Sela, a completely brand new episode. We've got Desperate Measures. This is a combination of the previous mission, By Any Means, and Sharian Swords. Shadow Play is a completely brand new episode. Taurus, this is a combination of the story elements of Ground Zero and then the original Taurus, and takes into account the events in Revelations. These new episodes are available for Federation captains only, so this is a Federation thing. The following episodes have been retired, so here's the ones that have been completely removed, guys. Now we finally have a list to know what those are. Under the Cover of Night. I do remember that episode. Minefield, Divide et Impera, Saturday's Child, Preemptive Strike, Hunting the Hunters. I kind of like that. Project Nightingale, Ground Zero, of course, was Ghost Ship. Oh, I loved Ghost Ship. Why did they remove that? And what's the point of removing that? Friend of My Enemy, and Trapped. I like Trapped, too. Why did they remove some of these episodes? I don't understand. Some of these missions, okay, I could see, but some of these I can't. That's a lot of removal, even though, yeah, they've given us one brand new episode, two brand new episodes, and combined a couple here. They've mashed the arc, the Romulan Mystery Arc, down to 4 missions. They've mashed it down to 4 missions and took out all of these. Why, Cryptic, why? I just don't get that. I mean, I can see, helping to smooth along the storyline process, sure, but did you really have to remove all of that? Really, really, really? That's my question. Guys, let me know what you think about that. To me, this is one of the biggest, reduction in story missions that they've done in the game, and I can't say that I quite like it. I like adding new missions. That's great. I don't like removing old missions, especially this many. 1 or 2 or 3 even. Okay, I could see. But this many? I don't know. That's a lot of content removed, whereas this game needs more content, and it needs more missions and all that. Removing them doesn't seem the way to go. So goodbye, missions. We knew you for a while, and now you're gone, and you're going to completely change our gameplay, and new people playing the game will not get to experience you. So sad. And they've never brought back yet the Q mission, the one I'm hoping that they do bring back. The mission at the end, I just forgot the name of it, the one that deals with Q. They took that out as well, and they had never brought it back. They were supposedly going to revamp that mission, but then they just never did anything with it. It's just gone, and they never revamped that one either. They keep removing things. Stop removing things. Add things, but don't remove them. I just don't see the need for that. The Romulan featured series, starting with The Vault and ending with Darkness Before Dawn, remains unchanged. Players who have already completed the original Romulan Mystery Arc will not be required to play the 4 new missions. Additionally, players who have already completed this arc will have instant access to play the 4 new missions. Alright, Secondary Deflectors. Secondary Deflector slots have been added to all science ships. Thank you, Cryptic, finally. There are 3 base types of secondary deflectors: deteriorating second deflector, inhibiting secondary deflector, and resonating secondary deflector. Secondary deflectors can be crafted in the Science School of Research and Development. EC stores will sell basic secondary deflectors. Secondary deflectors also have a chance to drop in loot when defeating enemies in space. Secondary deflectors can be upgraded. The following science ships now come with a secondary deflector slot. So that's a long list. I'm not going to go through all of this list, but if you want to go to this webpage and check out to see if your science ship is on here, by all means do that. I'll put a link in the description. I'm looking to see if my Wells class, Wells Temporal Science Vessel, yes, definitely gets it. Awesome. So there you go. There's the list. If yours is not on there, voice your complaints. Foundry Top 3. The Foundry Top 3 system is a new way for players to access Foundry missions in sector space. When at a point in sector space, up to 3 Foundry missions can be started from an interact, such as a system. If Foundry missions were created for that particular system. Players will not see any missions not qualified for. Missions that need review will also not be available. Currently, only Foundry missions that start at an interact in sector space will be used in the Top 3 system. not missions which start on a ground map. Okay. Simple ship transition. So this one is coming to this patch. I thought this would be a future update. Apparently this is part of this update. When a ship is readied for the first time, the best items allowed to be slotted onto the ship will be automatically slotted. The items moved will be shadowed on the map they originally came from. The ship switch process will work as it has always done when switching to already owned and used ships. The feature will not work if items have been moved to the ship manually before readying it for the first time. The feature will not work if a loadout has been made for the ship before readying it for the first time. This feature will work either when readying the starship for the first time through the ship selector or when switching to the new ship for the first time in space. The common gear for the new ship will be moved into the inventory of the player to make room for the gear being moved from the previous ship. The simple ship transition functionality can be shut off. That's good. I like having that option there. This option is found under Options Basic Move Equipped Items to Newly Readied Ships. Okay, I like the fact that they're giving us an on-off for that. I think this will help new players as well because it'll help them realize that they can move all their ship equipment from their previous ship onto their current ship. They don't have to use what it comes with. So that's very good. I like that. New bridge officer icons. So we're getting all those new bridge officer icons they talked about. Power icons for most ground and space captain and bridge officer powers have been updated to better reflect what power is being used. So that's good. General, a KDF symbol has been added to the rug for the Klingon Embassy Unlock project, added elegance. The Janolan sphere doorway now shows an image of deep space. Resolved an issue which caused large seams in the ground on the order bridge. Fleet no longer clip into the rug around the Dabo table on Risa. Resolved an issue where the open mission tracker would cover the personal mission tracker window. Added buttons to select all, none on the Fleet Duty Officer donation screen. And there's a bunch of system updates. Increased the skill point and expertise bonus for NPC skills in advanced and elite mode in all gameplay. Ooh, that's a big one. Skill point and expertise rewards in advanced difficulty will increase from 125% to 150%. Skill point and expertise rewards in elite difficulty will increase from 200% to 250%. So an increase in the skill point and expertise bonus for NPC skills in advanced and elite mode in all gameplay. Wow. So if you play in advanced and elite mode, I guess you're going to be now getting more skill point and expertise. Resolved an error in health and shield scaling that was causing many NPCs to have less than expected hit points and or shields when encountered on advanced and elite difficulty. This change will impact all NPCs that possess a higher amount of hit points and or shields that standard NPCs of the same rank, but only advanced and elite difficulty. The number of research projects that can be slotted at any given time per R&D school has been increased from 1 to 3. Good for crafters. Resolved an issue that was causing the primary fire of full auto rifles to have higher than intended DPS output. Ooh, they nerfed something. The Aegis set pieces have had their bind rules updated to bind unequipped to account. This change will affect any newly created Aegis gear set and brings the bind rules in line with the other high-end crafting gear. All Intel kit modules have been removed from the Delta Reputation store and are now available from the Dilithium store without needing to unlock them. Well, that's a big change. So all of those new kit modules that once you unlock the store in the Delta Alliance Reputation, those aren't there now. Now they are moved to the Dilithium store, and you don't have to unlock them. So you just have to use Dilithium to buy them. That's nice. That's going to help people get some really, really nice kit modules without having to unlock them. The prices on white, green, and blue kit modules have been reduced by 25%, 20%, and 10%. So that's going to make the access to those Intel kit modules much more available to people, I believe. Intelligence team, no longer usable on a target that is cloaked or has cloak disabled. Descriptions updated to clarify all that. Resolved an AI issue with all versions of Palm Strike that was sometimes causing bridge officers to use this power at a long range. Resolved an issue that was causing R&D space shields to sometimes have engine mods instead of shield mods, so that's weird. Tholian project leader for transdimensional tactics in all difficulties has had passive hit points buff reduced, but now has a higher shield pool. The following items can now be upgraded: combat hyper impulse engines, the overcharged plasma sniper rifle, personal covariant shields, the prototype gravitic modulation impulse engine, and the Numari regenerative shield array. So some new things that can be upgraded now. Ships. Players that own the Breen Sarthoun carrier can now reclaim the Resonant Dissipation Matrix console from the Reclaim store. Resolve an issue which caused the Breen Sarthoun carrier to not receive a bonus to draining when using the Breen Energy Siphon. Upgrading the Multi-Vector Advanced Escort to Tier 5U will now allow it to upgrade the Fleet Advanced Escort to Tier 5U and vice versa. The Belfast ship interior now includes account bank access to the Captain's Ready Room. The Fleet Corsair Flight Deck Cruiser Retrofit now has the correct ship icon when upgrading it to Tier 5U. And content updates. Added a cooldown time information to all queue descriptions. The cure found. Okay, so they have updated STFs here. This is going to be real important for me because I pound STFs all the time. I mean, I'm just constantly playing STFs. All right, on the cure found, decreases the IKS Kang's HP and damage in advanced mode. So decreases their hit points and damage. So what this means is that we may now have to watch the Kang in cure space, because in the past that was what you had to do anyway. You had to have someone defend the Kang at all times. Well, now when they changed this over, the Kang had so much hit points it just never would die. So you could totally ignore the Kang and everybody could focus fire RML right, middle, left, and then clean up the mob afterwards. But now it looks like by decreasing the Kang's HP, we may have to worry about the Kang dying in that STF, so we are going to have somebody defend the Kang or watch the Kang. So we're back to the old method, it seems. Decrease IKS Kang's HP and damage. So the damage that it actually does to enemies has been damaged as well. So, yeah, it looks like we're back to the routine of having somebody watch Kang and then everyone else focus fire RML. I think we're just going to have to do that for the best success. Decreased mark rewards for meeting normal optional objective from 25 to 15. Oh, well, that's not good for people that play the normal mode. Now they're going to get less mark rewards for completing the optional. Changed the normal optional objective to completing the queue in 4 minutes. Changes the advanced required objective to completing the queue in 9 minutes. Whoa. They've reduced the time? Is that what it is? Ooh, updated additional information contact to reflect these changes. Wow, so some changes there, guys. Take note. Changes to cure found space. Crystalline Catastrophe. It looks like they've done some stuff here, too. Done a lot of stuff. They've decreased the base mark rewards on normal from 40 to 30. They've decreased the base mark rewards on advanced from 70. They nerfed the mark rewards. They've increased the fail mark rewards from 5 to 10. Yay, I guess. I guess they've made it so you can fail more now. Decreased advanced optional timer from 10.5 minutes to 5 minutes. So the optional has now been decreased from 10 minutes to 5 minutes. Whoa. They nerfed this thing. Decreased maximum allowed defeated players for normal optional from 5 to 3. Decreased maximum allowed defeated players for advanced required from 5 to 3. Crystalline Entity, there is no longer a safe inner distance on the entity's AoE shockwave. But the AoE shockwave no longer damages or destroys crystalline fragments, large or small. So they nerfed the thing's they actually made it more powerful is what they did. They buffed it. They buffed the shockwave, because you used to be able to hide out on the inner portion of the shockwave, or really, really close to the crystalline entity. Now you can't, because it'll kill you no matter where you are. What the heck? What are they trying to do? Make this more difficult? I guess that's what they've done. They've totally caused a catastrophe in the crystalline sense. That's for sure. People that did a lot of CCE or crystalline catastrophe, I feel your pain. I feel your pain. Colony invasion. Well, they even mess with colony invasion, and who plays that anymore? Even though I enjoy it, not many people play it. No longer gives rewards for mandatory mission objectives. What? So you don't get a reward for completing the objective? What have they done? They took that away? What stupid decision was that? Fleet alerts. They decreased more mark rewards from fleet alerts. Decreased mark rewards earned from waves 1 and 2 from 10 to 5. Decreased mark rewards earned from wave 5 from 18 to 15. Why the need to decrease mark rewards in fleet alert? Bug hunt. What have they done to my bug hunt? Normal rewards have been increased, whoa, by 25%. Advanced rewards have been increased by 50%. Elite rewards have been increased by 75%. So they've nerfed everything else and they buffed bug hunt. I guess they want everyone to play bug hunt. What's the deal? Why the emphasis on bug hunt? I don't understand. I mean, I know it's fun and great, and the rewards I thought were already good. You get 2 power cells doing elite, and then you get that Dentarium R&D for doing elite. In fact, you get rare flavor of that doing elite. Did they really need to increase the rewards even more? I mean, I guess this just means a lot more people are going to be playing bug hunt. I like it. It's fun. It's great. But, I mean, why did they need to increase it even more? It was already a successful STF. Now they've made it so that more people are going to want to play it. Mind Trap. They increased the success rewards by 150% and increased the fail rewards more than the success rewards. Okay, who plays Mind Trap anymore? I guess people do. Nukara Prime Self-Destruct. Increase the advanced and elite rewards by 200%. Increase the normal fail rewards by 150%. Atmosphere Assault. The rewards for successfully completing the normal difficulty version have been increased by an additional 250%. The rewards for successfully completing the advanced difficulty version have been increased by an additional 400%. Ilachi Walkers have had their hull and shields reduced. So what, they want people to play more Atmosphere Assault? No win scenario. What? They removed no win scenario? Oh, I just, I call shenanigans. Why the heck have they removed no win scenario? That was a lot of fun for a lot of people. I mean, that was, and it was an achievement. It was like an accolade. It was like, how much can I do? You know, how much can I push my ship? And it was a fun thing to do, and a lot of people were really into no-win scenario. I think there's going to be a lot of PO'd people that no-win scenario is no longer in the game. When they find out, there will be screaming. And I guess they've already found out. There will be screaming. This is just... Here's another thing where they've removed content. This game needs more content, not less. I don't see... What purpose does removing no-win scenario do in this game? Seriously, what purpose does that have by removing it? Something that people enjoy doing. I guess if you enjoy doing it in Star Trek Online, you can expect in the future, somewhere down the road, it will get removed or nerfed. One of the two. Resolved an issue which blocked progression for the mission Knowledge is Key in the Defer's invasion. Resolved an issue that caused the Avenger to appear in the wrong ship in the Hordos system. Foundry has some updates. Character resolved a clipping issue with back shoulders when wearing female. Resolved clipping issue, mostly clipping issues. Updated the male Nimbus Stronghold character costume. Known issues that remain. Foundry functions are not available. Oh, they did all this stuff to the Foundry. The Fed Intrepid class retrofit is now correctly titled. Removed the rank. Added the Ryzen upper lower. Added. They did all this to the Foundry, and then it goes and says Foundry functions are not available at this time. I am Picard facepalming at this moment. Yes, you just can't see it, but it is happening. There are multiple interactive mini-queues on Starfleet Academy. Mini-queues which have been interacted with will remain on ground instead of disappearing. A few lines of voiceover are missing from the episode Taurus. So here they bring in the whole revamped Taurus, but they're still missing some VOs, some voiceovers from it. Good job. You didn't even complete the thing you said you were going to complete. The captain's chair on the bridge on the APU ship cannot be sat in. Weird. KDF players do not appear in the scoreboard at the end of a PvP match, like people still play PvP in this game. Wow, guys. Well, there's a lot of crap here going on. There's some good stuff, But there's some bad stuff mixed in here. So I want your feedback and let me know what you think about all of that. I mean, I guess some of this stuff is pretty good. The bridge officer training revamp, we'll have to see how that goes. Command officer, specialization stuff, we'll have to see how that goes. Because that's a huge thing here. I don't like the removal of many of these Romulan Mystery Arc missions. Now we know what they are. I don't like that a lot of them are removed. I enjoyed them. They were fun. They were part of my growing up experience in Star Trek Online. It's like my childhood. It's like my childhood has been taken away from me. My childhood of leveling my very first Star Trek Online character 5 years ago is now gone. Oh, my poor childhood. I like they finally added the secondary deflectors they promised a year ago. That's nice. I like the ship transition. I like the new icons. I don't like some of the things they've done to the STFs here. I don't know. We'll have to see how that goes. They've removed some of the rewards that you get, some of the marks. They've really catastrophed up Crystalline Catastrophe. They took away no win scenario for no reason at all. So, I don't know. Drop me a line in the comments. Let your voice be heard. I'm going to put a link to this post in the description, and then of course you can go to the main website and go to like Star Trek Online General Discussion and post your anger here. This is where you want to post your anger. There might even be stuff on it right now that I will have to read and go through. But definitely, I think some controversial things there. And I gotta say, not all of it I'm happy with. But that's going to be the start of the 5th anniversary. This is what starts now, the 5th anniversary of Star Trek Online. And this is how they have decided to start their 5th anniversary, by doing these things, 2 things that we all love and enjoy. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.